my dear students. How are you? I hope all are you good. Welcome back to another class. Today, let me start English chapter number 4. Shankar, a hero. What are difficulties? How do you deal with them? Do you feel defeated and frustrated, or you consider various possibilities and try to find solution? There are some people who, in spite of their own difficulties, are able to understand others' problems and are ready to help them. Such people are real heroes. So, what is your first reaction of seeing a differently abled person? What is the general attitude of society towards differently abled people? So, let me start. Let's read the story of Shankar, who is visually challenged. Let us find out what he does that makes him a hero and helps him to become economically independent. शंखा गायकवाड़ hated begging. उसको जो है भीख मांगना पसंद नहीं था. But the famine in Maharashtra in 1972-73 had driven him from his home in Aurangabad to Mumbai in search of bread. मतलब वो रोटी की तलाश में कहाँ पहुंचा? औरंगाबाद से मुंबई. At first he had tried selling brooms. ठीक है, उसने सबसे पहले क्या किया? झाड़ू बेचना शुरू किया. Unfortunately, he had little luck selling his goods. He soon learned that Mumbai is generous to beggars, especially blind beggars. 25-year-old Shankar was blind. वो अंधा था. 25 साल की उम्र थी उसके, वो अंधा था. He had become blind with smallpox at the age of 8. 8 साल की उम्र में ना उसकी आंखों की रोशनी चली गई थी. It was a cloudy day in Golibad, the last slum colony in Ghatkopar, northeast of Mumbai. Shankar lived here with Tukaram and his wives. Yelanbai. It was the end of the monsoon. In the middle of an open area, in the colony, there was a well. It was full of blackish green water. So, nothing could be seen more than a few centimeters below the surface. The well was highly useful to the people who lived in the surrounding huts. They had dug it 2 years before because the only water tap in the colony was not enough for the slums growing population. मतलब वहाँ के slums की बढ़ती जनसंख्या को देखते हुए लगता था कि जो वहाँ पे टैप लगी हुई थी उसका पानी sufficient नहीं था. तो उन लोगों ने क्या किया? वो कुआं खोदा. There had never been any money for a wall around the well. The mouth of the well had gradually widened as the soil and rocks on the sides fell in. The bottom was narrow, muddy and filled with weeds. The well was dangerous, but it had been there for so long that no one worried about it. It seemed harmless. Shankar had returned to the slum to eat a little food, which Yelanbai had prepared his day's bagging. Usually ended when he had collected 5 rupee to 6 rupees in his small gunny bag. Suddenly, there were shouts and sounds of great confusion. Shankar and Yelanbai were startled. Someone's fallen in the well. They heard a woman cry. Shankar set aside his meal and said urgently, "Quick, lead me there." Within a minute, the blind beggar and the woman reached the well and pushed their way through a small group at the mouth of the well. In seconds, Shankar pulled off his shirt and slipped into the water. 2 boys were already padding around trying to find young Arvind, who had fallen off a tree trunk while drawing water. The boys could not dive. Shankar had been a good swimmer. वो बहुत अच्छा तैरना जानता था. As a young boy before he lost his sight. जब उसकी आंखें थी ना, आंखों की रोशनी जाने से पहले वो बहुत अच्छा तैराक था. But years of poverty had made him weak. Once he had been able to dive deep into the wells around his village to pick up shining bits of broken pottery that he and his friends would throw in as part of a game. But it had been many years since he had tried to hold his breath long enough to get to the bottom of a well. Shankar floated on the surface for a moment, then took a deep breath and dived, carefully feeling his way along the rocks on the side of well. He reached the bottom, his feet sank into the soft mud. He felt nothing but the mud and the slippery weeds. Tired and with his breath running out, he came to the surface. It was now 2 minutes since Arvind had fallen in. His aunt with whom he lived was at the well. As Shankar surfaced without the boy, he heard her wailing. The blind man took another deep breath and vanished into the muddy depths. His first dive had given him a good idea of the shape of the well. So he went straight down and tried to search the bottom with his hands. They slipped in the mud and got caught in the weeds. So there was still no sign of the boy. His lungs were nearly bursting. He rose to the top once again. He had been down longer than the first time. So the women and children were getting more and more excited when his head appeared over the water. The crowd gave a sigh of disappointment. Never in all the years of his blindness had Shankha missed his whistle so much. If only he could see, he might be able to find the drawing boy. He did not know that even normal eyes would never have been able to see in muddy water. Shankar was very tired, but he knew he was Arvind's only hope. He worked as fast as he could, feeling his way through the mud and the weeds. Arvind must be here, he thought. He cannot have vanished. Shankar's eyes were aching. He couldn't hold his breath much longer than just as he was about to twist his body upright and kick himself to the surface, his finger felt something soft among the weeds. Weed cloth. He moved his hand and further and touched Arvind's legs. The boy's body was held in the mud and weeds. Shankar's heart was beating painfully. उसका दिल जो है बहुत बुरी तरह धड़क रहा था. He badly needed to breathe. वो सांस नहीं ले पा रहा था. He felt desperately for something to hold in order to pull Arvind up and put off and out of the net he was in. Suddenly he felt Arvind's belt, holding it tightly with his right hand. He pulled the lad free, turned about and pushed up. His spine and muscles ached. This almost stopped his movements. His weak, starved body fought against what his mind told him he must do. So, keeping a tight hold on the boy's belt, उसने बेल्ट से उसको लड़के को बहुत पकड़ा. Shankar struggled to push himself upwards with his free hand and feet. It seemed a long time before the rose the 6 meters from the bottom and rock surface. While he gasped for breath, other hands quickly lifted Arvind up and out of the well. Shankar held on to the well's rocky side, his eyes closed, his body tired. He heard but paid little attention to the sounds of people trying to give Arvind's artificial respiration. Finally, the boy began to vomit water and cries to joy came to Shankar, still holding tightly to the side of the wall. Then Arvind was hurried away to the hospital. A man helped Shankar out of the well and a woman patted him affectionately on the shoulder. Yelanbai led him back to the hut. There Shankar put on his clothes, finished his half-eaten meal and fell asleep. उसके बाद वो उसने अपने कपड़े चेंज किए, वो वहाँ पे सो गया. That evening, a police officer came to tell the blind beggar that the boy he had saved would be all right. Shankar later learned that if the boy had been in the well longer, his brain would certainly have been damaged from lack of oxygen, and Shankar had saved him just in time. The next afternoon, Arvind returned to Golibar. He went at once to Shankar, and while his aunt watched with tears in her eyes, he touched Shankar's feet in gratitude. Indeed, Shankar had saved a life. But his own still had to go on, and for him that meant begging. So by afternoon, Shankar was back on the streets of Mumbai with his gunny sack. However, word soon began to spread about the beggar's courage. His picture and the story of his daring rescue were published in many national and local papers. Suddenly, Shankar became a hero. अगले दिन न्यूज़पेपर में, न्यूज़ चैनल्स पे वही खबर आ गई कि शंखा ने कैसे उस बच्चे को कुएं से बचाया, है ना. वो एक हीरो बन गया था. He was praised by the governor, the chief minister of Maharashtra, and other officials. Rewards totaling 12,970 rupees was presented to him. For a few months, he was given a home for the blind. Here, he learned some skills such as bottling and the weaving of chair seats. Today, Shankar lives in Jalna, a market town close to his native village. He has married a local girl and runs a small business. Shankar Gaikwad's bravery and determination to find the boy in the well had completely changed his own life. So the beggar who hated begging need never beg again. So everyone, the chapter is in here. I hope you all are very well understand full chapter. We will meet you the next class. Thank you everyone.